We are here today with EMC Country Manager Joe Wong, talking about the very hot topic of cloud computing. Good morning, Joe. What is the main difference between public cloud and private cloud?
My definition is that the private cloud is someone that is built up within the company itself. For the public cloud is an outsourcer, for example, build the cloud and they sell the service to the company.
Companies are deploying computing and centres all across Asia. What are some of the issues that they need to be thinking about?
Number one, I think, is a cost saving. Cost saving is very, very important. The other thing is that cost saving on the resources, because that's very important. Having multiple resources in multiple locations, right, to run the data center is very difficult. Having a centralized control is always much easier than the rest. And I think the third one is always going green. Having a consolidated data center is much better than having multiple data centers together.
How much of a concern should security be as one of the issues when looking at the cloud?
That's very, very important, because that's the reason why not many companies are willing to embark into the cloud at this moment yet. One of the key things is reason because of the data, because they're afraid that data can be stolen through the cloud.
Obviously, if you do use a public cloud, there are some risks. Can you talk about those?
Absolutely, because the private cloud is more or less controlled within the premises of the end user. In fact, this is one of my main concerns also, because the thing is that I think it's always good if a company has the expertise, have the resources to build their own private cloud rather than a public cloud. Reason, for example, like Google email. Today, right, I can subscribe to Google email. What happens if, let's say, one day that the company went into Chapter 11? How am I going to retrieve my data back? If they give me 3 days or 5 days to retrieve my data back, I don't think that's possible if I kept my data there for years. So this is a major concern that I think what company, when they try to go into a public cloud, the question they should ask that company to explain that to them.
And what about standardization of IT infrastructure? How important is that?
It's a yes and no. This one will come back to the security portions there. Because the thing is that if, let's say, the company really want to save costs and also want to save on the resources, I think end of the day, they still have to embark on something that is cost standard. But standard is really a standard there, but I think the answer is not really. So even in a company itself, when they have an infrastructure, you say, is that a standard? I think every company have different kind of standards. So I don't think standard is that important to me at this moment.
Joe Wong, thank you very much.